In this video, we're going to talk about percentages. Before we get into all the calculations that you need to know how to do, we're going to have a real good think about what percentages are, what they mean, and what they might look like. To help with that, we have this tool. The link to this is in the description on this video. What I need you to do is open up that link, go down to the description and open up the link, and it should look like this. And what I need you to do is just have a play with it first. See how it works. We can click on these things at the side and bring in these coloured rectangles. We can get more of them if we want. We can turn them around, see how they line up, stuff like that. Open that link, pause the video, and just have a play around with this to figure out how it works. Give that a go now. Okay, I'm going to get to this now. I really hope you've had a play with that and figured out how it works. These ones that are on my screen, I'm going to clear them all, clear all the rods. And I'm going to show you how we're going to use this to understand percentages. So one thing when you're playing that you might have found out how to do is that if we click here, we can choose this staircase with all the rods in it neatly stacked. I'm going to use that. So I'm going to tell you that the orange one, the biggest one, the one at the top, is 100%. We use 100% to refer to a whole thing, one whole thing. So I'm telling you that this one is 100%. I want you to tell me which of those other colours is 50%. Have a think. If the orange is 100%, which one is 50%? All right, so I'm thinking 50% fits into 100 exactly twice. I need one of them that fits into exactly twice. There we go, it's the yellow one. It's exactly half, 50% is a half. It fits in exactly twice. The orange one is 100% and the yellow one is 50%. Okay, if that one's 50%, what's the red one? Can you figure out if the orange is 100%, what's the red? Have a think. I want to know how many times it fits into the orange one. Let's line them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Okay, what number fits into 100 exactly 5 times? 20 does. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Great. So with the orange one being 100%, the red one is 20%. Okay, I think I want to start writing some of this down. Let's get over here. Okay, so we had the big orange one. If that is 100%, colour that in orange. Then the yellow one, which fit in twice, it was a half, is 50%. Right, let's find my yellow, there we go. And the red one fit in exactly 5 times. So that must be 20%, because 5 20s gives 100. There we go. All right. Now we've got those ones, I want you to figure out what all of the other colours are. Pause the video, have a play around with it again, and try to figure out what percentage all of the other coloured rods are. Give that a go, pause the video. let's go again. There are different ways of figuring this out. Let's maximise this so you can't see my arm. There we go. Different ways of figuring this out. I'm thinking, well, if the red one was 20% and the white one is half of that, then the little white one must be half of 20 is 10%. Ooh, it disappeared. It's over here now. There we go. The little white one is 10%. Well, then we can use that for the others. If that's 10%, then the green one is 30%. The pink one is 40. The yellow one was 50. We knew that. The dark green one is 50% add 10%. That lines up. And it just adds the 10 each time. So we've got 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%, 100%. We've got all of the rods as percentages and we can see what they look like. Well done if you figured that out for yourself. I'm going to mix things up a little bit here now. I'm going to get rid of the top two. And I'm going to tell you now that the brown one is 100% instead. The brown one is now our whole thing. If the brown one is our whole thing, then what are these ones? Pause the video and have a think of that for yourself. Is that if the brown one is 100%, then what percentage is represented by these three? Give that a go. Okay, well things are a little bit different now. If the brown one is now 100%, how many times does the red one fit into it? 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And what number fits in to 100% 4 times? That's 25. If the brown one is 100%, then a quarter of that, the red one, is 25%. Okay, then what about the others? Well, the pink one is 25 at 25, so the pink one must be 50%. Does it fit in twice? 50% should be a half. Yeah, 50% is a half, great. So we've got 25%, 50%. What's 50% add 25%? That's 75%. So we have here 25, 50, 75, 100%. Well done if you got that. Oh, but we can go bigger there. Bigger now. Bigger than a whole thing. If the brown one is 100%, what's the orange one? Well, it's 100% add 25%. Let's get rid of those. 100% add 25%. The orange one must be 125%. I think I want to write some of that down again. Okay, so if we've got that brown one being 100%, then the pink one must be 50%. It's a half. Let's colour those in. The pink one must be 50%. The red one is 25%. It's a half of a half. Great. And that dark green one was 3 of those together. So it must have been 75%. There we go. And that's what they look like. And we could put the orange one down the bottom, 100% adds 25%, bigger than a whole thing. Okay, well done if you got all that. If you did it yourself and you got all that, I'm going to leave you with a different question. Let's clear them all and get them all back. So instead, let's choose one to be 100% now. I'm going to tell you now that the yellow one is 100%. If the yellow one is 100%, then what are all the others? Have a play for yourself. I'm not actually going to tell you the answer to this one. Have a play for yourself and see if you can figure it out for yourself. Well done if you followed that whole video. Hopefully, it's given you a sense of what different percentages look like and how they fit into each other.